Hello, this is Paul in Las Vegas, and I'm here with a sports pick for today, Thursday, June 29th. And it's late here in Las Vegas as I am live with you. The game is scheduled for 5:05 Pacific Standard Time. I've been studying this game, and the game is between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs. The Phillies have scored 13 runs in their last two games and 22 runs in their last four games, while the Cubs have scored 6 runs in their last two games and 20 runs in their 4 games. The Phillies are in third place in the National League East. They have a .526 win percentage. They're 41-37 on the year. They are in third place in the National League percentage and 4 games behind the second place Marlins. The Phillies are 20-23, minus 12 runs on the year. They have won 2 games in a row and 7 of their last 10 games. And they've won 2 of the first 3 games in this series. It's a 3-game series. This is going to be the 3rd game of the series, and the Phillies have won the first 2. And they played the Cubs earlier in the year, and the Phillies won 2 out of the 3 games. The Cubs won the other game. That was when they played in Philadelphia. And in third place in the National League Central, they have a .481 win percentage. They are 3.5 games behind the first place Reds. Yes, the Reds have gone on a tear of a lot of wins and taken first place in the National League Central. And the Cubs are 3.5 games behind the Reds, I said, and they're 3 games behind the Brewers. So the Brewers are a half game back of the Reds. And the Cubs are 20-18 at home. They are plus 28 runs on the year. They are 37-40 overall. They've lost 2 games in a row. And they are 7-3 in their last 10 games, just like the Phillies, although the Phillies have won their last 2 in a row. This is the 3rd and final game of the series. The Cubs have lost the first 2. They have been swept 3 times on the road this year, and only once have they been swept this year at home, and that was by the Reds. Now, pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker. He is 30 years old. He is 6'4". He is 235 pounds. He was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. He has a 93.7 mile per hour fastball. He is 8-3 on the year with a 4.10 ERA and a 1.24 ratio. He has 71 strikeouts in 83 innings, and he's been holding batters to a 231 on base average. In June, he has a 1.50 ERA. He is 4-1 in 5 starts, and he has opposing batting average of 154 in June. And this year, he has been getting the highest rate of ground balls that he's had in his career, at 49.3% of the pitches that are hit into play. He was signed to an $800,000 signing bonus when he was signed by Major League Baseball. And this year he has 1 game versus the Cubs where he pitched 5 good innings. He did not give up any runs. He gave up 2 hits, 3 walks, he had 3 strikeouts, gave up no home runs, and they batted 125 against him. He also pitched against the Cubs in 2022. He had a 1.50 ERA. He pitched 6 innings against them, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run. no homers, 2 walks, and they batted 190 against him. So Tajon Walker has been having an outstanding June. He had troubles towards the start of the year, and it all started, or probably his worst game of the year, or one of them, was against the Mariners, his old team. And he had some arm trouble in that game, had to come out of the game. The Mariners really hit him. Since then, he has been turning in a great year. He has been just outstanding. That June where he had a 150 ERA so far this June, 4-1 in 5 starts, the 154 opposing batting average. So he has been pitching as just about as well as anybody in the game right now. And on the other side of the mound is Kyle Hendricks pitching for the Cubs. And he is 33 years old. He is 6'3" from Newport Beach, California. He went to Dartmouth, the Ivy League school, had perhaps his best year as a junior there. He was signed for around a $100,000 signing bonus when he was signed. He is 3-2 on the year with a 2.60 ERA. He has a 0.98 ratio, 18 strikeouts in 34 innings, and he's only given up 1 home run in those innings. And he is the number 3 starter for the Cubs. He has an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. He's not really a fastball strikeout or high strikeout pitcher. And he's having one of his best seasons. This is the 3rd lowest ERA of his 10-year career that he's having this year. In June, he has also been hot. 197 opposing batting average. And in June, he is 3-1 with even lower opposing batting average of 144. That's in 4 starts where he's gone 25 innings, averaging 6 innings per start. And in 2021, he had a bad year. And he faced the Phillies in 1 game of that year. Now, even in that year, 2021, he had an outstanding June. The game against the Phillies was very late in the year. It was either in August or September. I looked it up. And since then, he was basically out of gas that year. He had had the very good June, and by August or September, he was in June, his ERA that year was under 3. But in August and September, he was posting ERAs above 6. So I believe that was really that he was tired at the end of that year, and that was probably the worst year of his career. And in 2022, his catcher said that his changeup was completely different and much improved. And he added vertical movement to his curveball in 2022. So he is pitching much better than he was pitching the last time he faced the Phillies. So I think that he is going to pitch better and that the Phillies get gas. There is I checked a bunch of weather forecasts for this game, and the one I'm going on, relying on, and this was pretty consistent, that there's expected to be about an 8-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. But Chris, a ground ball pitcher, basically a high ground ball pitcher, basically means that 50 to 55% of the hits against the pitcher are on the ground. So with Kyle Hendricks being a ground ball pitcher, and Tajon Walker having close to that kind of a percentage with a 49.3% ground ball percentage and having been as hot as he has been in June. And with the dominance that he has had against the Cubs, my pick is for the under in this game. Game start scheduled for 5:05 Pacific Standard Time. And that's it for the pick today. I have links to some of the deals that you can have access to through the links. There's a deal for interactive brokers where you can get up to $1,000 of their stock for free. That is meeting the conditions, establishing an interactive brokers account. And they have commission-free trades. They allow you to get fractional shares of stock, fractional shares of ETFs, fractional shares of mutual funds, and allow you to trade on international markets. There you might have to go in with about $500 for some of the positions. And there's usually some kind of a small exchange fee with the trade. And they have about the best margin rates around. They have the highest rating for some of the rating services on their margin rates. And have a deal for 4 Patriots survival food with a 25-year shelf life. Maybe comforting knowing that you have the food for nourishment, energy, and survival with all the crazy things that can happen in the world. And have a link to Surge Trader. Surge Trader has a deal that I'm looking to possibly go in on and try. I kind of can't wait to try this and go in with them. They allow you to trade in the market with their capital and keep up to 90% of the profits. And also have a link to Amazon credit cards. They have a deal where they are hooked up with Chase Bank, and they give reward percentages based on the type of place that you spend money, different percentages for different types of places. And you can use those rewards on the card and for purchases with Amazon. And for purchases that you make online with Amazon, you have everything there, so you can see how much you got and what you got, where you got it from. So if you like something that you purchased, it's easy for you to get more of it. And it's a very useful card to have. And that is it for today. Totals so far this year have been 5-0-1, 1 push. And putting that on the line here with an 8-mile-an-hour wind blowing out in Chicago may sound crazy, but I believe that the under is the good play here. And that is it for today. Thank you for listening this far. Please like and subscribe and spread the news on this channel. And have a great day. Thank you.